In today's review, we're talking about the latest animation movie that is 1 hour and 46 minutes long, directed by Jean-Philippe and Sarah Smith. It is made by 20th Century Studio, aka Disney, and we're talking about Ron's Gone Wrong. What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning into this edition of Did You See That? And I'm Mike, and feel free to hit that subscribe button so I can see you again next time. But today I've actually just been to the cinema and just gotten back as I've just seen Ron's Gone Wrong, which is the latest kids animation movie. I've got to praise the voice cast in this because they certainly hired a great bunch of voice cast, including Ed Helms, Olivia Colman, and our two leads, Dylan Grazer and Zach Galifianakis. So we've got already a strong presence behind the scenes as well. What is my overall thoughts of this movie? It was an entertaining watch. I was certainly entertained by the underlying story and messages that was hidden throughout this movie, and I think some of those messages definitely relate to kids, but then also some to the adults as well, because especially if you make an animation movie and, you know, parents are likely going to take their kids or grandparents, etc., you've got to make a message that relates both to the kids, but also keep the audience's attention of the parents or grandparents so their younger ones are entertained as well, and you're invested maybe as much as they are, and not kind of just flicking through your phone. Anyway, I think this movie does a pretty decent job of doing that. So I really like that the premise of this movie. So Barney's a socially awkward schoolboy who receives a B-bot for his birthday named Ron. However, this B-bot seems different from the rest. There's this B-bot organisation in town that is making these B-bots that are supposed to be friends to whoever has one, and it's one of those kind of things where it also relates to kids in school, because if one kid has like a popular item then everyone else wants it, then you're kind of left at the end of the helm where you ultimately probably are going to go to your parent or grandparent and be like, right, I want one of these. And that is exactly what it's like for Barney, as he doesn't have one but everyone else in school does. So when he gets his named Ron, it isn't exactly quite go to plan. I definitely felt like this was a cute, kind of whimsical, charming movie as well around it, and definitely had some great underlying message about just being friends with people, social interactions, but also the underlying message for adults about privacy and kind of like what are your kids actually doing online. So there's definitely certain elements in here that was definitely relatable, and certainly some that I took away also included in that. Again, I think the voice cast was pretty good, and definitely the two leads of Barney and Ron, Zach Galifianakis and Dylan Grazer. However, I would say overall, being honest with you, especially with like the additional supporting cast, I wouldn't really say that the voice cast overall were born to play these roles. So for example, like if you watch Toy Story, you know that Tim Allen and Tom Hanks are born to play Woody and Buzz Lightyear. They're such iconic voices, whereas in this movie, I feel like it is going to get some hype. I'm definitely interested to see how many people is going to take their children or go see it themselves and turn out for this movie and support it at the box office, but I generally didn't feel like the voice cast overall fit this movie. Don't worry, get me wrong, I just don't think they were born to play those roles. And I think at odd little times, the 1 hour 46 minute runtime ran its course just a little bit. Throughout it, this movie definitely provides high octane energy. The movie also has a good storyline that also keeps you engrossed, but it's nothing like we've not seen before, being honest with you, because there's certainly messages in here that kind of relates to like real world nowadays, where I feel like maybe in say 5-10 years time when things have evolved, them kind of jokes wouldn't land as much. So overall, I had a good time watching this movie. I would recommend you taking your kids to go see it, and maybe even seeing it for yourself. And with that all in mind, my score for this movie is... So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this review, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you, I'll be seeing you later.